never alone. And that is our strength. Because when we're doubted, we'll play as one. When we're held back, we'll go farther and harder. If we're not taken seriously, we'll prove that wrong. And if we don't fit the sport, we'll change the sport. We know things won't always go our way.
And the world's sporting events are postponed or cancelled.
But whatever it is, we'll find a way. And when things aren't fair, we'll come together for change.
We have a responsibility
to make this world a better place.
And no matter how bad it gets, we will always come back stronger. Because nothing can stop what we can do together.
Welcome and thank you everyone for tuning in to hear from Nike. My name's Rachelle Thurik, and I sit within our global brand marketing organization where I focus on our Nike stores, executions, and global strategy. I've been at Nike for about 10 years, going on 11, and I'm thrilled to be here today to have this conversation, not only with my friend Tiffany here, but with you guys. I'd love to introduce you guys to my friend Tiffany.
Thanks, Rachelle. I'm Tiffany. I've been with Nike for 5 years. I'll tell you a little bit about my journey. So I was born and raised in Corvallis, Oregon. Always very active in sports. I went a year to Oregon State University, go Beavers, and then moved to Southern California and took a bit of a college tour. So I finished with my master's in sports management. During this time, I had almost every job you could think of, and I found myself really enjoying working with kids within the sports. Everything from coaching to mentoring. I moved back to Oregon 5 years ago and really blindly put in an application for Nike. So I didn't have anything specific within Nike I was going for. I just thought it'd be a really cool place to work for. And I was right. So my role currently now is with North America Consumer Services, which is sometimes just a title, right? What do you do? So we're really the last stop on the line to fix consumer issues when no one else can. We pull out a lot of resources to find a solution. We do a lot of conflict resolution, and we overlap with our social media team and fraud. So that's kind of my journey, really how I got here. That's my daily role. And then of course, to add on to it, I have these awesome opportunities to be involved within Nike committees and events. I'm a Nike storyteller, so I give tours for campus and special guests. I've been able to coordinate cool events for employees. And then of course, cool things like this, like the Portland Workforce Alliance Career Fair, which I want to say, is this our fourth year of doing it, where I was able to meet you and become friends with you and be able to add to it. So I'm really excited that we're still able to continue this on, even though it may look a little different.
That's awesome. I really love, not only do I know you, but I just love hearing about your background again. And it's really inspiring to have you here today. I think what I would love to do in the next few minutes here is ask you a couple questions and really start to dig into your high school self.
Oh,
so
get it back
for it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay. So Tiff, okay, when you were in high school, where did you think you would end up?
When I was in high school, I thought I would end up in the sports world somehow. I always played sports. I was active in them. I love to watch sports. I thought I wanted to be an athletic trainer. I saw myself on the field, in the games, at the moments. I think that involved into coaching sports and working with kids. That involved into my passion for community impact within sports. So, Nike has a big sports culture, so I was somewhat right, but really it was through those job experiences, even that I had within high school, that helped me focus in on what I really wanted to continue to grow. So that the high school self saw myself within sports, never imagined here at Nike. I that wasn't on my radar. I didn't think about it until I even moved back here to Oregon. But what a place to be for the whole sports culture.
And that's amazing that, like, you have this opportunity today to really kind of fulfill like where you saw yourself. And I think, again, like, I can't overemphasize like how inspiring it is, just to see that, you had a passion and you were able to kind of take that journey and see yourself through it. So that's awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so I ask myself this question all the time. If you can go back in time, what advice would you give your high school self?
I would give my advice that it's okay if you don't have complete self-confidence in an area, right? Because that's what the experience is about. To really step outside the box and enjoy the process, to find what your passion is. It's really through the experiences, through so many different type of jobs and people that I've met, where I was able to really find out, oh, I do like this, or no, you know what, that's not for me. I think that'd be the first thing, is that the experience can help that confidence. The other thing, what I would tell myself, is to really get out there and talk with people. I was much of the person to go into class, sit in the back, do my homework, not ask a lot of questions. And that's okay sometimes, but I really wish I was able to, again, kind of step outside my box and build those relationships. You'll hear a lot, I think, even through my high school and college, I heard a lot of the word networking. We still hear it today. And that's important. But I think what was most important that I realize now was that those networkings and those opportunities to converse with people helped build those relationships, and that helped me not only professionally, but outside of the work area.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you on that one. I think we hear that a lot, thrown around through our careers and our journeys. And you have to network, you have to meet these people, and you have to meet those people. But I feel like you've summarized it so well, where it really just goes back to start building relationships with people and really making, personal connections with people, to really begin your journey and continue to grow. So that's amazing. That's really good advice.
Yeah, that's something I think that we, again, you and I, we were able to just start talking, and it was actually at the Portland Workforce Alliance, career fair of where the relationship started. And you're able to lean on those people, within work, and, hey, can you help me out with this? Hey, I have a different event. And you just are really to be able to add to your bucket of more experiences and those relationships.
I do. And I even think back to that time when we met, where it was like shortly after we met, where you were doing your stretch assignment in Valiant Labs, and which is our innovation incubator at Nike. And all of the information that you had shared with me actually inspired me to kind of pursue that path for myself, and ended up doing a stretch assignment at Valiant Labs. So I think it's awesome that you and I were able to, just kind of meet, randomly at an event and start connecting with each other and building that relationship. And, the outcome was, a part of both of our journeys. We ended up having these great opportunities in this area of the organization that, allowed ourselves to grow, which was awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm very fortunate for that. And that's taken me some practice, right? When I said kind of stepping outside the box, and the more you do that, the more comfortable you become, and you know that you can just, hey, meet someone and say, what do you like about this job? What are the challenging things? And really get to that territory. So not only to build that relationship and learn about that other person, but professionally or within your career, you figure out more about it. And if that's what you're passionate about and what you'd like to try to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of liking your job, next, I have another question for you. What are 3 things you love about your current role?
3 things I love about my current role. Helping people. I think, I spoke very briefly about my passion for community impact and working with youth. And that is just part of what I'm passionate about in helping people. And that can look in many different ways. And when I said that we were really there to fix consumer issues and, we're the fire marshals on it, when consumers are feeling down about a situation or they're having an issue with something, we're able to turn it around for them. So that is something that I really love about the job. And on the flip side, my second thing would be to learning to have those tough conversations. Sometimes we can't always find a solution, or sometimes we have to work with consumers where it's not what they want to hear, delivering tough messages. And it was something that I wasn't always confident in or knew how to execute, but being able to have those conversations have transferred over again from job and professionally to life situations. My third thing would be my team, really. And that, I know you say your current role, and usually that's within your direct team. I even look at it as a broader scale of Nike's, my team. We do so much partnerships with different teams. And we really do work with people that come from all different backgrounds and around the world. And that is something that I really, truly value here at Nike. It's been amazing that we embrace, value, respect each other's backgrounds and views, and able to learn from each other's journeys. And through all the many jobs that I've had prior to Nike, this is the place that I feel is really, it's embraced that. And we, you see it all over the marketing and social media and stuff, but that's really true to who Nike is.
That's awesome. I love those top 3. It reminds me again why we are good friends and close colleagues. I think what stood out to me mostly about, that last question and the way that you answered it and the answers that you provided, really, it tells me that these are things that align to your values and really who you are as an individual, and something that you not only carry in your professional life, but also carry outside of your life. I think we all know helping people is so critical. And I think that's something that we can do inside and outside of work. I think having tough conversations, they happen all the time, but I think it's so important to remember that the tough conversations aren't necessarily with ill intent. It's more or less like just doing the right thing. And then team, like, I think we all know it's been a theme the last year. We're all in this together. And that's something that doesn't feel like that is just a moment in time. It's something that, I will carry throughout our entire careers, no matter where we end up in our journey. So I, for one, love your answers, and I love that you've shared it with everyone today. I think it's something that like everybody can truly take away and put some thought into how their life kind of plays into those 3 answers. So thank you so much.
Thank you
for joining the conversation and really being a part of it. I think there's You know, so much opportunity within the organization and so much opportunity within your career. And I will continue to advocate for you and would love to have you back again to do another Q&A at some other point.
I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel the same.
Yeah, same. So with that, again, thanks for participating. It was a blast. And what I would love to do now is really invite the students to join us at our virtual Nike booth where you can meet our extended team and get some additional information.